invites the other one over. "You live here?" I asked as we approached the largest mansion on the block, an imposing red brick Tudor house with a huge porch, a 3-car garage, and a cone tower at one corner of the roof. I remembered being daunted by it on my childhood Halloween visits. "Usually," he replied. "What's up top?" I asked. "Just part of the attic. Why?" I don't know. I think that pointy roof, the turret? Yeah, it's what made the older kids think." "What?" I hesitated. In the few post-virginal minutes I'd spent with this handsome guy, he appeared to me a vision of lustful perfection, but might as quickly disappear from my life if I insulted his home. But out it came. "They used to call your house Collinwood." "Oh, geez," he muttered. "From Dark Shadows?" "Yeah, you townies, you're a hoot. Come on." Despite its imposing presence, the interior of the house was warmly colored, full of inviting furniture, paintings, and at least 2 fireplaces. The oversized living and dining rooms managed to maintain a cozy feel. "Sorry, no ghosts," he grinned as he led me around with socked feet after we removed our boots in the foyer. An enormous Christmas tree stood fully decorated yet unlit in the expansive living room. He led me into an equally large kitchen. Our smirking silence gave his family's housekeeper reason to offer me a few suspicious glances as she prepared hot chocolate and cookies, leftovers from what must have been a busy holiday season. "Who's your new friend, Everett?" she inquired as she stirred a small pot. It seemed she knew to have it prepared after her ward's outdoor trek. A lesser version of that initial brief, dark-eyed panic flashed on his face again as he rubbed his hands for warmth. He stared at me, realizing silently that we hadn't even bothered to share each other's names. Reed Conniff," I said, nodding curtly as if I were some sort of servant. I had no idea how to behave. For the first few moments, I mistakenly thought this portly woman was his mother. "Helen's been taking care of us for how many years, old girl?" "Old girl," she mocked him with a hint of amusement. I sensed the mutual history of shared entertainments, secrets and dirty laundry, literal and figurative. "Mom's often away," Everett said as he led me to sit at a table with him. "My sister moved out a few years ago, so it's just us more often, eh, old girl?" As she served us mugs of hot chocolate, Helen's vague inquiries about our sudden friendship were met with the most involved lie I'd ever heard. My own family life never included fanciful tales or any kind of scandal. I was unlearned in the art of the elaborate fib. Everett breezily unspooled a convoluted plot about a hiking group organized by some schoolmate's cousin and a sign-up sheet at the local library. As his tale continued, after a simple knee nudge under the table, I nodded agreement. Helen, either satisfied or bored, said, "Just so long as you're not up to anything." "Up?" Everett quipped, nudging me again. I took the reference to be sexual and blushed. "Helen's tried to spank me, but she could never catch me. Here, these are the best." He pushed forward a plate of cookies in the shape of Christmas trees with green glaze and sprinkled decorations. "Trees, would I say?" Getting the inside reference of our amorous encounter, I nearly coughed up hot chocolate. Everett took another cookie, dipped it in his mug, and ate heartily, his eyes on mine. "Reed," he whispered, as if savoring the sound of my name. "He's misbehaved more often than not," she scolded. "Really?" I said. Neither replied. Everett merely smiled and slurped from his mug. "Thanks," he saluted, nodding toward me to leave with him. I popped the last branch of a tree cookie in my mouth and offered a mumbled, "Thank you." As if to offer some sort of a warning, Helen said to him, while looking at me, "What would you get up to this time?" What we got up to over the next several months was a blossoming of my new life. My first attempt at knowing another boy by his gestures, his sound, his taste. I would dare to dive headfirst into another world of clumsy, passionate, and impulsive acts. I would borrow my mother's car to visit Everett's rebellious sister in Pittsburgh. I would secretively drive into the poorest section of that city where, hooded like a gang member, he would purchase marijuana. I would commit several minor crimes in the service of our almost unstoppable appetite for having sex in unusual places. I would collude with Everett to drive his mother to the point of hysteria. I would nearly ruin my chances for a college scholarship by staying up into the early morning hours with Everett the night before a placement exam. I would connive and conspire, break and enter. I would learn the varying temperature of erratic desire, the caloric output of longing, and the previously undefined and eventually unbearable weight of first love.